No, Elizabeth!
No, Elizabeth!
No! Elizabeth, don't!
This is Left Unsupervised with Elizabeth Morales, your comedic host that's done it all. Actress, writer, director, producer, hairdresser, bartender, beauty pageant organizer, rock and roll PR expert, talent coordinator, bookkeeper, hostess, makeup artist, wife, mother, and general badass. Now listen as she interviews all of her favorite celebrities, doctors, and entrepreneurs that she's met along the way. This week, Elizabeth is left unsupervised with her guest,
Lowell Sanders. Mace, I'm so excited today. We have a super funny comedian,
I love comedians.
Lowell Sanders. And I want to ask you something. Do you know how they say that when you have stage fright, you should imagine the audience naked?
Yes, I've heard that. And I've always thought that must be distracting, right?
Guess what? Our guest today doesn't have to imagine. He actually had a whole naked audience. He did.
What?
Oh, yeah, girl.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
He performed to nude people. Nudist.
Yes. Yes. He did.
I don't even know how to say it.
Oh, nudist. He did a boat cruise, and it was a nudist boat cruise.
Stop.
Apparently, he didn't know, and everybody was naked, and he's got so many stories. I can't wait for you to hear. Not only that, but how we met, which is that in itself is hilarious. But I can't wait for you to meet him.
I'm so excited.
Where's the strangest place you've been naked, Miss Macy?
You know, I went to this spa one time with all of my girlfriends. I didn't even know them that well at the time. It was just kind of some coworkers.
Right?
And I thought we would get in these tubs in our bathing suits. We'd have a nice, relaxing day. And they stole all of our clothes. They were like, you cannot come in here with bathing suit tops or bottoms. So I was completely naked with all my coworkers. Found out one of them had nipple rings. Oh. It was really traumatic. But, you know, if you're naked long enough, it becomes normal.
Yeah, and then
Like,
you don't.
when they gave me my clothes back, I was like, oh, okay.
Well, let me ask you this: was it one of those Asian spas that?
Yes,
okay.
it's the Wee Spa.
All right, my girlfriend's been dying for me to go. She's like, girl, they're going to scrub you head to toe. It's going to be
the
amazing.
nakedest day of your life.
Yeah, I pass. I just can't. The thought of like sitting where somebody else sat naked.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do it.
And very, very naked.
Can't do it. Where's the strangest place I've been naked?
Yeah,
I think
in our office where you're half naked every day whipping your bra off. I mean,
oh yeah, I am Houdini with that bra. Let me tell you, just one click, it's gone.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Well, I can't wait for Lowell. I can't wait to hear this story.
I can't wait to start this naked podcast.
Well, let's grab him. I'm here today with my friend.
Friend.
Yes, friend. Am I using that
This
too
is
loosely?
business.
Yeah, okay.
Business.
My business friend. He is a fantastic comedian, if I may say so, and currently opening for Tim Allen in Las Vegas right now.
Tim Allen's opening for me.
Ooh, I like it.
Take him on the road with me.
Oh.
Been under my wing for a long time.
Oh, my God.
That kid is going places.
Is that how you got him Home Improvement?
Yeah, it was Homeboy Improvement. And they took it from me.
Well, you can see Lowell. He has opened and been on tour with George Lopez. You might know him from his appearances in Home Improvement, The Drew Carey Show, and Comedy Central's Comic View. Welcome.
Some movies too, you know. I had some walk-ons.
Oh, did you prepare?
Jungle.
Jungle to Jungle? I remember that.
Yeah, that was briefly.
You were in Jungle to
years
Jungle.
ago.
What was the other movie you were in?
Oh, Joe Somebody.
Joe Somebody.
Man number 2. Fight number 2.
I haven't heard of that one.
That was my description.
Ah.
That was
Okay.
what I was.
So Lowell, I want you
My
to tell
credit.
me. Oh my God. Is that your street cred?
That was my credit. Creed.
Creed. Oh God, that movie. Creed.
Yeah, you loved it?
I loved it.
I was in there too.
Were
I
you?
was in the background. I was in the fight scene.
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you cheering him
I
on?
was a sparring partner.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Look at it again.
Oh my God, I got to see it.
I'm the black guy.
Shut up.
Check it out. Check me out.
Okay, Lowell, let's tell our listeners how we met because that's a pretty interesting
How many
story.
listeners are there?
Probably none.
No, let's go. Let's go.
Let's do this. So let's tell our listeners how we met, which is a very interesting story.
Very interesting. I was bamboozled.
We were bamboozled.
We were? You got bamboozled too?
I got bamboozled.
You was with
So-
the bamboozee.
Well,
Bamboozer.
Who, me?
Yeah, you was with the bamboozer.
No, I knew the bamboozer, but I was not the bamboozee. So what happens is we get called. I don't know Lowell. I get called and I'm asked to be the talent coordinator for this competition, Miss Arizona.
In search of Miss Arizona.
In search of Miss Arizona. So
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, yes.
Nice, don't it?
Yeah.
They marketed it right.
They marketed it great.
Yeah.
I am going to be.
Check it out. They got you and me on two different occasions, different ways. That's how they sold it.
They were great con people, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I thought it was going to be a legit. I was so excited.
Yeah,
They flew me out first class.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get
Limo,
there,
picked up in a limo.
a 5-star restaurant.
Nice resort.
Amazing place, right? We get picked up.
Man, it
Never
was
met
great.
you before.
Never met you. Had a big dinner before.
Big, beautiful dinner
laid
with
out in a private conference room in a restaurant.
thousands of dollars, I'm sure,
man,
because the
I can't
champagne.
wait to go do the show, man. I'm looking forward to this. I'm thinking it's in a theater.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah.
thinking, oh, this is
Yeah,
going to be a
man, this-
sweet gig.
Maybe about 1,200 seater, you know.
And then
Then I'm in a titty bar. Looking for Miss Arizona.
and I was in the titty bar with you, right?
a judge.
Judging the titties.
Yeah. And every time I had to bring up 20 strippers. After about the first one, they didn't want to see me no more.
They were like, get that guy off stage. He's not funny. We want to see titties.
I started screaming, show me your tits. But they were pissed.
But what's funny is that we met that night. We met the night before, and I was in business mode. So I was a total
Very serious, Beth.
serious.
Elizabeth. You weren't
Yeah.
even Beth. You were Elizabeth.
Right. Beth didn't exist.
No.
It was Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
And we were sitting there having dinner, and you're like, ooh, that looks good. And I'm like,
She had some lamb chops.
and it's like, it is good.
And I messed up my order. I don't know what I had, but it wasn't looking as good. I'm like, wow, that looks good. What is that?
Well, yeah, I was kind of bitchy to you.
You were bitchy. How do you be kind of bitchy?
Well, I was a bitch.
Yeah, you were a bitch.
I was. But then I made up for it because we met at the airport the next day. We were both dumbfounded, like, what the fuck just happened? We were just at a titty bar the night before judging Miss Arizona, which was not how they had sold it to us.
No.
Then I see you at the airport and Sybil comes out. I'm like, hey, Lowell.
So what's wrong? Man, this girl is on something. That's not the same girl. I asked my manager I was with. I said, that's not the girl that wouldn't give me the lamb chops. Is it?
Because we got drunk on the plane.
Where
coming
you
back.
going? Where you going? I'm going to L.A. What flight you on? What flight you on? I'm on Delta, first class. I'm in first class, too.
And then we partied.
Oh, yeah. You ever had a Bloody Mary? No. But
You're about to.
Oh, man.
I got you drunk on Bloody Marys.
You got me drunk. There was no Uber back in those days. So
Your manager.
we were toasted, man. How long is that flight? An hour and a half?
It's about a 2-hour flight.
That was great, though.
So did that top the strange experiences that you have experienced as far as places where you've done, or do you have weirder places? Like, tell me some of the places that you've done that you're like, I fucking can't believe I'm here.
Oh, there's a bunch of those places. I used to play it all down in the South. So there was places where I thought I would never be and shouldn't be, but I was.
And does that give you a little edge when you're doing it, or is it?
Well, when you're doing the show, well, you know, when you in a club with a bunch of like say Mississippi,
Right.
bunch of rednecks,
Right.
and you the only chip in the cookie, and then you be wondering, just like, how did I get here? Man, comedy is so universal. And
I'm sorry.
And you just gotta sit.
You're the one chip cookie.
One chip cookie, boy. and you don't think about it.
Oh my God! And
You're scared.
but you're scared.
Yeah,
But you do
can't
it
let
anyway.
them know. Yeah,
No.
you can't let them know. You know.
And how were those appearances?
You
Did
know,
you get
they
laughs?
usually love you because they're not used to seeing a black guy.
Right.
telling jokes.
Right.
You know, so they're happy. You know, it's like everybody, I got a friend like you. You know, you'd be like,
oh, yeah.
Or let me tell you, after you get finished telling jokes, they want to come up and tell you a joke.
Well, I want to ask you a question.
That's what we're doing here. Go ahead, Beth.
Shut up.
Go ahead. You're on the air. I'm listening.
Okay, who's running this interview? That's what I want to know.
Let me ask you a question.
Ask me.
No, you go ahead.
How long have you been doing comedy?
Started in 1979. I never will forget it.
And
1979. Started out with open mic night in Detroit with Tim Allen, Dave Coulier, the guy that was on Full House, Joey.
oh yeah,
Let's see who else.
you started off with them.
Yeah, Mike Binder. Mike Binder had already came out to Los Angeles, so he would come back and be like a headliner. He produced a lot of movies now. Right. He had A Mind of a Married Man, used to be on HBO. He's done a lot of movies with Kevin Costner. He wrote Adam Sandler.
Oh wow.
You've seen his movies. I can't think of the name of them right now offhand. But yeah, we all started out back in 79 and open mic night. Did you hear that?
Was that your stomach growling?
Oh, was that my throat? Y'all got any food in this place?
No, we barely have water. Are you kidding me? We got to feed you too. You got to come over here, drive all the way to Calabasas, and then you want food and water? That's asking a lot.
That's asking too much. This ain't the Tonight Show. They know where's the green room.
You're in it.
This is it. This is everything.
Yeah.
You walked in. That's it. Yeah, so we started out. We weren't getting any money. We were all starting out together. Then they found out they were making money at the Comedy Castle in Detroit, and they started giving us gas money, like $5. Then you hope that you get a spot for the weekend. You go on Tuesday night, open mic night. Then they were open Tuesday to Saturday.
So what made you, because I can imagine, I remember calling you once and I said, hey, Lowell, I'm taking this stand-up comedy class and do you have any tips for me? You started laughing and you said, yeah, keep your money. You don't learn stand-up. You either got it or you don't. How did you know
Did
you
I
had
tell
it?
you that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
That was hard. That was rough.
I mean, I've never seen anyone really come out of a comedy class or know anyone that's doing comedy. I mean, usually...
How did you know you had it? Like, how did you know? You're hilarious. I've seen so many of your shows, and you are so funny. How did you know you had it?
Did you get that check? Put the check in the mail. Yeah, make sure.
My gratitude is what you get, buddy.
Well, thanks. Well, I was just determined. I was. You learn from experience. You know, I don't think there's a class that you can get on that actually. Most people who get those classes do it to get the nerve, and then they have to invite the instructor is getting paid by you signing up, and then you have to bring a bunch of people to support you.
Yes.
So
and they pay for the night.
Then they pay for that. Then they get you into. We're gonna have the final night where everyone comes, and then see who wins, and then what happens after that.
Well, nothing, because actually my stand-up comedy teacher, I saw her act, and she was
terrible,
horrible,
terrible.
Those that can't do, teach.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. She was terrible. And then in the middle of I'm going, what am I doing here? There was no guidance, and I was like, screw this. Yeah. I'm not funny
because
that
what
way.
you're gonna do when you can't take anyone you know? What you're gonna do when you just show up at the club and they say get on stage? And you don't know anyone.
Throw up.
Well, it's just like not right now to show I'm dying up here on Showtime.
Is it a stand-up comedy show?
Yeah, it kind of relates to the days back when I started, or a little bit before,
right?
The early 70s, where it's based on the Comedy Store out here in LA.
Okay.
So you get those. Similar to what we were going through all over the country. This was before there was a comedy boom.
Right.
You know, where you either had to go to Chicago, New York, or New York, L.A., and Detroit started.
Right.
So those
You're
were,
from Detroit, correct?
Yeah. Motown, yeah.
Yes,
Detroit. Shout out Detroit.
Shout out to Detroit Motown.
Ooh, sugar pie, honey bunch. No.
You know that I love you.
Oh, that was that's too old. That's too old for you.
I can't help myself.
I love you and somebody else.
If I don't know the words, I make them up.
That's the new version. Yeah. Yeah. You had the right words. I changed it. I revised it.
Oh, right. I remember
That's
that
the Tiger Woods version.
in the opening. So how do you deal with hecklers, Lowell? Like when you have hecklers, like how do you deal with that? Because
I don't have them. No, I don't tolerate that.
You don't tolerate
No,
that shit.
I
What do you
have 'em
do?
shot.
Let's say no, seriously, because you like Michael Richards. You know, people heckle him, and he got in big trouble. That was horrible. And it seems like a lot of comedians.
You know, I worked with him. I had been working with him up until that. I worked with him about a month before that happened. Around clubs in LA, I'd been working with him at the Comedy Magic down in Hermosa Beach.
Right.
He was coming in and he was trying to get back in the groove. He hadn't did comedy in about maybe 15 years.
Because that's an art form to get up there and do that.
Yeah,
It's not like being on
yeah.
TV and being funny.
So
you know.
he being that he was known. It was interesting watching every night, you know, because I was hosting the show, like the first time he came on
Right.
at the Comedy Magic Club.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I say, what you want me to say, you know? Do you want me to say, you know, from Seinfeld or this and that? And he said, no, just, you know, just say my name. So I brought him up. And so when he walks out, you know, the crowd goes crazy.
Crazy.
You know, because they haven't seen, to them, he's Kramer.
You know who he is to me?
Who?
Remember that?
Oh, Fridays?
Yes. Because, I mean, that's kind of what Kramer was anyway.
Yeah, that's where he came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was never a really good stand-up. He was good on that show Fridays.
Yeah, I think he's a good physical comedy actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when he walked out, the crowd go crazy for about 5 minutes, you know, the applause.
Right.
He gets all of that,
He's pumped.
Yeah. And then after he started doing comedy, after about 5 minutes, they're like, what the fuck? What the hell is, can I say fuck on here?
Absolutely.
All right. Good. Yeah, let me relax. Yeah, let me unbutton my shirt.
Do it. Come on, you know me. I say it every
I've been
other.
holding back. Ain't this a... So he gets out there and they go crazy. Then after he starts telling jokes, he has nothing after about 5 minutes. And people get restless. And he had been doing this for about a month, and he was getting a little more confident. So he took it down to the Laugh Factory,
Oh, no.
I guess, and he was up on stage, and he had that was some black people heckling him. And that's when it started. And they were sitting up at the top. You've been in the Laugh Factory.
I know, but he went to an extreme. I mean, come on. It's part of the business. Isn't it part of it? Hecklers isn't part of that, your business.
Well, everybody doesn't
You have to deal with it.
Or entice hecklers. I mean, sometimes, you know, you can open up for that to it, but that doesn't mean, it depends on how far it go and how offended you are. Normally, you don't get offended. He got offended because they were being honest about how long you're going to be up there or you suck. And he knows that he sucked.
Right.
You know, and then he has nowhere to go. After that 5 minutes, they gave him all that big applause. There was nowhere to go but down.
Yeah. Oh, God.
You know, and then he saw a black guy, and then he brought out the little racial stuff, and that was it. Then the crowd turned. And
As they should.
Yeah. And then, you know, people have all their cell phones and everything, and they start videoing. Next thing you know, it's on the internet.
Oh, my God. That was so what do you do when you have a heckler?
I'd make
Do
sure
you
I
shut
take
them
all
down
the
immediately?
Phones. I take all the phones, shut them down. No, well, normally I don't get that type of heckling. I mean, you might get someone that says something, but you know, you have.
I know Dave Chappelle takes the phones. when you go to his show?
That's a new thing.
They lock down your phone.
Yeah, they don't want you to.
With John Mayer?
See
that is such a weird combination.
Yeah, that's because when he does new material, he doesn't want it to be out
there
before when you selling your act for $60 million on Netflix.
And it's
you don't want to be working out in the club and somebody, putting it on. A lot of times now people record and you don't even know they're recording.
That's true.
Because I used to sell merchandise after a show.
Right.
And
are you still got your T-shirts?
No, I don't do that. That's so 80s.
I still have your T-shirt. Been there, done it, bought a T-shirt.
Go to Disneyland.
Go to Disneyland.
I got tired of carrying those T-shirts, man. You had to, can you imagine?
I know, but they were
that?
so cute.
Yeah, but I had to send them everywhere I go. Airlines, you have to pay for extra baggage now. What am I gonna do? Pay for the T-shirts, don't sell them, bring them back.
You're losing money.
Giving them out, throwing them out on the freeway. Here, take them. I can't take them back on the plane.
Nobody wants
these.
these
No more.
What's your favorite city to play in? Is it Vegas?
Vegas is great, but it's probably it's not the best city to play.
Do you like going back home to Detroit? Do you think?
I like going home because that's like, they appreciate you more.
Right.
Because you're not there anymore. When you're there, they don't. You're just local.
Right.
We can see you anytime. When you leave and come back, and if you've done anything, people respect that, and that's the only way you're going to get any respect is by leaving.
And then
you go back, and it's
RESPCT.
Yeah, everybody looking for you and asking you for shit. People want more tickets. Everybody. Nobody wants to pay. Yeah, you funny motherfucker. What? We gotta pay for it now. I got shit to do.
Hey, I'm in town. I'm playing. Oh yeah, I want to go. You got tickets?
Yeah.
No, just buy them. Oh shit, I forgot. I have company that week.
I got to move and shit. We ain't gonna be in town. But they think that the club is. They like now when I go home, the club I work. They'll only give you so many comps. Like say they give me like four comps a show.
Right.
And you got family and shit. And so sometimes now that when I go back, the ones who want to come, they'll come.
Right.
And I don't worry about letting everyone know.
Well, and you know what? At the end of the day, this is an artistry, and they need to support you. They need to buy tickets.
Yeah.
You need to go and support your people. Your people are the people that should be buying the tickets. What is your worst city that you've experienced as far as comedy? Like, what's the toughest city you've had to play?
I don't think about cities as being the worst or the toughest. Because then you don't want to go back.
Right.
Most cities I play, I look forward to going back. So it's not. I used to hate to go back to colleges. Because colleges are hard.
Oh, it's a tough crowd.
Oh, because you don't know where you're going to be. Colleges have this money to pay you, and they pay more than anything.
Right.
But when you get there, the students are running it. So you might be in a lunchroom cafeteria.
Hey, at least you're not in a titty bar.
Yeah, but that's the worst I ever played. We started out with the worst, and you asking me what's the worst I ever played?
I don't know. I thought maybe you watching titties all night wasn't going to be that bad.
I watch titties on my own. I don't want to be working watching a titty bar. That ain't entertainment. Every time you get up there, get your ass off stage.
Why is that guy on
what
stage?
What kind of heckle? You talking about have I ever been heckled? Yeah, I got heckled for 20 times. Every time I brought up a stripper, I got heckled. Now we started with the worst shit. That should have ended on that.
Oh my God.
That should have been my closer.
Lol.
Everything else has been great.
Yeah, but look, we met.
Yeah,
that was the only good thing, and we have laughed about that for
long
years. And you got even more screwed than I did because they owed you money and plane tickets and this and that. I flew out a couple more times first class when they.
So that's what it meant to you, first class. That's how they got you.
That's how they got me.
They put
Hell,
first
we're gonna
class
have Miss Arizona.
You gonna fly me out? Yeah, first class. Okay.
Yeah, first class, all expenses paid. Who's gonna pass that up, right?
Me. If that ever happened again, I would.
Yeah, but we didn't know we were in. Listen, the way they sold it, we were going to be in an auditorium. It was like the event
That was
of
the highlight
Arizona.
of my career at that time. I'm like, man, I'm going to be like a, a host. And I'm dressing up.
You were in a suit.
Yeah, I got a suit on. I got more shit on in a titty bar. They thought I was going to strip. I could have stripped for 10 minutes.
Take
all
it
the
off,
shit I had on.
Hey,
No,
look.
you know what's worse?
What?
You ask? I did a nude cruise.
What?
A nude cruise.
Okay, wait a minute. This is
Yeah,
gold.
I got pictures. You want to see?
Yeah. Well, it depends. If it's
But it's
balls
not the
hanging
kind of
out of the
people-
knees, no.
Yeah, but it ain't the kind of people you want to see on. I did a.
It's
a
always
cruise line.
it's always the kind of people you don't want to see naked
Yeah,
that want to
man.
get naked.
And they come to my show naked. Yeah, and one time I had some people in the audience, this couple, and I was doing my show, and they were about the nicest looking people in the crowd. They were young, pretty young, maybe 30, and they came. There was a couple and a girl, and they had their clothes on. Everybody else was naked.
Oh my God.
So I said, "Why y'all got your clothes on?" And they said, "We don't feel like taking them off." I said, "Take your clothes off. Take off your damn clothes.
Did they take it off?
I'm the take you off the clothes police. Take your fucking clothes." Yeah, they took them off.
No way in the middle of the
They
show.
just stood up and started taking off their clothes. And I said, this shit would never work anywhere else. If I did this in a regular comedy, take your damn clothes off. Take them off now. I'll be walking out there. I was just bullshitting.
Cuffed. You be handcuffed.
and shit.
Oh. Did you get naked on the boat cruise?
Did I get naked? No.
Yes.
No, I didn't get naked. They asked, but I didn't.
But why not?
Do it.
It's only fair if they're naked, you got to be naked.
Yeah, but one time I was there because I knew it was a nude cruise.
Right.
And the next time I didn't know. So.
Well, will you get naked now?
I'm now?
Right now.
I'm already naked. I have nothing on under this desk right here.
Woo! Well, there you go. Hey, well, so
Look at my stuff is still at the door.
well, I'm glad you feel so comfortable. You could get naked here.
I'm free.
Maybe this will break the ice
free.
now. The next boat cruise that you do naked.
I'll break the ice. Oh yeah, I'll break the ice.
I have a built-in hammer. Break ice.
Oh yeah. Nude.
Okay, but wait a minute. How can you be funny when you have vajayjay and balls and boobies and all that staring back at you? Do you just look at the
block it
eyes?
out. You block it out. After you don't want to see shit that look like that. Imagine what it looks like at the buffet.
Oh my God! Shut up.
This shit. Balls out. Shit.
Oh my God. Lowell, you gotta stop. 'Cause
I ain't
I'm like
bullshitting.
sweating right now. Oh my
To
God.
the walls. To the walls. Touch the buffet.
Sweat run down the balls.
So I've been scarred for life. It was never the same looking at anything after that.
Oh my God. Who's your favorite comedian? Like, who inspired you? Like, do you
My
have
favorite comedian, Richard Pryor. I would have to be my favorite comic, and I mean this shit from the bottom of my heart. You ever been running down the street and your ass on fire? People will get out of your way. Except for that one wine where you'd be like, you want to give me a light? Richard Pryor,
love Richard Pryor.
He's my favorite.
He's amazing.
But nowadays, well, I have to say, Dave Chappelle, he's up there with the rest of them. First of all, I want to say, I don't want nobody hollering out, I'm Rick James, bitch. That shit's fucked my life up, man. Can't even go to Disneyland. I went to Disneyland with my kids. Mickey Mouse got in the act. I'm Rick James, bitch. I'm Rick James. I said, Mickey, please. Can you not say bitch in front of my kids? I'm Rick James, bitch. I couldn't take it no more. I hit that motherfucker, man. Knocked his head off. Everybody said, oh, shit. Mickey Mouse is Mexican.
Tell me a crazy stalker, crazy fan story. I know you got one.
Man.
I know you got a lot of them.
No, I don't remember.
None that you want to talk
I
about.
have some
maybe.
now on Facebook that I don't get on Facebook anymore. Not much.
Right.
Because, people don't put real shit on there. People are bragging, showing the shit. You never see anybody saying, police pulling me over, I'm getting DUI. You don't ever see no shit like that. Look, I'm getting fired, cleaning out my desk. You don't see no shit like that. I had to get out the shit.
So, all right. Well, then.
But I had one girl, people start sending you messages and shit, or you start looking, you open up your shit, and all of a sudden, you got all these likes. And you be like, who the fuck like that picture? Then you go to another picture. Damn, what the fuck? Who liking this shit?
Nobody.
Yeah, you don't. Nah, yeah, you don't know them, or it's the same fucking person. You be like, oh shit.
I'm one of those. I like everything you put. I don't even read it. I just like it.
I know. They should have shit that's people like you. That's why I'm not on Facebook. Don't like my shit. You don't like it.
Lowell, how many times have you been asked, hey, you want to hear a joke?
Oh shit! If I had $1 for every,
Does
if
that
I had
annoy-
$1 for every time, I wouldn't be on this podcast.
Yeah, well,
If I had $1 every time somebody say you want to hear a joke.
isn't that annoying? Doesn't everybody, because you're a comedian, expect you to be funny all the time?
Every time you go out, somebody want to ask you to do a joke. I don't give a fuck about no joke. Yeah, how come? How come every time? I don't want to hear a damn joke. And it's going to be a racial joke when they say you want to hear a joke and they start looking around.
Okay. Yeah, I got to tell you, I was just talking to Macy, my producer, this morning. Like, the shit that people say to me, like, I've never felt any kind of racism because you can't tell what I am, right? So even though I'm Latina,
I still don't know what are you?
I'm not sure either. No, I'm Cuban.
Okay.
Cuban American.
I know what you are.
But I can't stand.
You know what I am?
Yes.
What?
African American.
No, I ain't never been to Africa.
You're American.
I'm black.
You're a Black American. Gotcha.
Negro.
I am a Juban.
Or Dubo.
A Juban.
A Juban?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Cuban
'cause
Jew.
She's married to a Jewish
I am
person.
Jewish by injection. And I have a little Jewish son, a little Juban.
Okay,
He's
that's good.
Jewish
Yeah, that's
and
why.
Cuban.
That's why it'd be confusing because you don't look that Cuban now.
I don't?
No, I don't think so.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to play a little game that we play with everybody called #fake news. So I'm going to let Macy set up the segment and let's play this game.
All right, let's play.
#fake news.
Thanks for playing along with me today, guys, on #fake news. All right, Lowell, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to explain the game really quickly. I'm going to
Explain
read
it to
you 2 news headlines.
All right.
One is real and one is fake. And you're going to be asked to pick out the fake news, both of you and Elizabeth. NASA confirms that Earth will experience 3 days of darkness in November 2021. So I'm going to let you think on that. News headline number 2. Fitbit releases a new tracking collar that chokes you when you're inactive.
I would have to say the first one with the 3 nights in 2020 is correct. And Fitbit is false news.
All right, Lowell.
No, I go with the Fitbit. Anything that's gonna choke you, that'll make you remember to do shit. So that's real news.
All right, we have a winner, and it is Lowell. Again, it's not Elizabeth.
God damn it.
That's common sense. Most people would know that.
Yeah, there is a new Fitbit collar out that
Yeah,
the longer
yeah.
you sit still, it tightens
Yeah,
around your
yeah.
neck, and it will eventually choke you
Yeah.
if you don't get up and move.
That's right.
Is that not hilarious?
Okay, well, Fitbit, get ready to get a lawsuit.
I don't know. I think I might be buying one. I think this is my
I'm
key
gonna
to
put that
becoming
on
the
my
Victoria's
and
Secret
let her
model.
Go to sleep.
Oh my goodness. Well,
She's a
thank
snorer.
you guys so much for playing #fake news, and I will
What'd I
catch you
win?
next week. What did he win, Elizabeth? That's a good question.
Our appreciation.
What kind of game is this? What kind of game is this? I picked the right answer and
You win
this
all
is
the
ridiculous.
glory.
And my admiration.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will catch you next week.
All right, Lowell, one final question. What would you do if you were left unsupervised in a room full of hecklers? Nobody could see or know what you would do. what would you do?
I slapped the shit out of them one by one. I line them up like the Three Stooges and just go down the line. And just slap the shit out of them.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I would probably be a little more violent myself, but the slap is nice.
I don't want to hurt them. I just don't want them to do it again at my show.
There you go. Yeah. Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Okay, Lowell, why don't you let our listeners know where they can find you?
Well, you can find me in Vegas regularly at the Mirage with Tim Allen, and you can look for a theater coming near you with all over the country. So we've been all over the country and doing it for the last 6 years, and we've been in Vegas for 10 years.
Wow.
So.
All right, so the Mirage in Vegas opening for Tim Allen, and any social media that people can find you at?
You can go to my website, lowellsanders.com, pick up my CD, Man Overboard.
And you should pick it up because he's hysterical. Lowell,
and look for me on a cruise near you, Carnival.
Or Naked Cruise.
Naked Cruise, nude, nude, nude.
Well, thanks for doing my nude podcast
it's a pleasure,
today.
Beth, to see you. After all these years.
I know.
25 years.
Of friendship.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're still around me.
I can't believe I'm still around.
I love you, dude. And thanks for listening to Left Unsupervised. Don't forget to stalk us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Left Unsupervised Podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for listening.